Hello, users, and welcome to Above It All, the series in where I digest the news of, probably the last 2 or 3 days combined. And, just I digest it for you, or rather, let me give you an analogy. Imagine you're a baby bird, and I'm your mother bird, and I'm chewing up the news, and then I'm going to spit it down your throat. That's happening right now. So thank you for watching Above It All. And every time Alberta is something like crosses my feed with Alberta, I'm like, I'm going to talk about Alberta. Alberta is like the Texas of Canada. They're the absolute dumbest of the dumb, like redneck but Canadian equivalent stupidest motherfuckers. They're like oil addicts. Their government is probably one of, if not the most corrupt out of Canada's provinces. And also they're just stupid. So every time someone from the Alberta government says something, chances are it's fucking stupid. So this is the Alberta Energy Minister, Sonia Savage, which, good name. Miss Savage is definitely what you want to be referred to as you're trying to strip away people's rights and destroy the planet. Get 'em, queen. So, I've got a quote here. Basically, she was on this podcast, and it's definitely problematic what she says. Now's a great time to be building a pipeline because you can't have protests of more than 15 people, Miss Savage said. Let's get it built. While the interviewer laughed, Miss Savage did not. I love that part. And then the next part is hilarious. Unprompted. I highlighted that, but I'll read the rest. Unprompted. I love that. Miss Savage went on to suggest that the economic turmoil caused by the pandemic favors pipeline construction. Now, this is what I love. Is that usually, when you have an interview with a politician, it's like you ask them questions and they respond. I love how they say unprompted, because it's like, oh shit, the interviewer is just laughing at this because it's so openly corrupt and disgusting, right? And then so they think it's a joke. And then she's like, this isn't a joke, let me tell you more. And the interviewer's brain probably throughout this quote, I know this is what I would be thinking. I would be like, holy shit, look at this content, holy fuck. This is free fucking content right now. Oh, this politician is just going to fucking gargle out a bunch of offensive nonsense that I get to be the interviewer for. Sounds fucking good to me. People are not going to have tolerance and patience for protests that get in the way of people working, she said on the podcast, which was posted on the association's website. People need jobs, and those types of ideological protests that get in the way are not going to be tolerated by ordinary Canadians. This is my thing. A pipeline. Oh, but it's jobs. So that's the Mott and Bailey here. We're it's okay, well, the criticism is of the pipeline, but then no, halfway through it's not the pipeline, no, it's jobs. No, it's we're gonna give you this controversial thing. Oh, we're gonna build a pipeline. That's the Mott, and then in the argument they're gonna revert back to the Bailey, which is jobs. Oh, you can't. What? You're protesting against jobs? What? There's a depression looming in a country that borders us, and which is a major superpower, and the whole global economy is fucking on a giant downtrend, but you're gonna protest against jobs? How dare you? How dare you? How about how dare you? Why would you build a pipeline? Instead of building a pipeline, how about you invest jobs, training, and all that other stuff that comes with it? On-the-job training, maybe send people to college for a few years to study how to do things like fucking solar panels or wind turbines or hydro pumps or whatever the fuck. Alternative green energy. But no, because Alberta, again, is this oil fucking rich. I think I saw a statistic that if Alberta were its own country, it would have the highest, oil emissions in the entire world. I think these people just really have this, it's unfortunately, like in America where people are obsessed with their guns and their oil, imagine that, but like less so on the guns, and then but take the energy of the guns and like attribute that to oil, and then like multiply that by like 7 or something. Like these people are fucking psychos, right? Like these people are fucking absolutely crazy. And I'm talking about the government, of course, and obviously the people that vote these people into government and do so with you know, the people that at least pretend to know what they're talking about. Like there's a lot of people that will just vote for the incumbent because it's like, it's voting day, ha, I gotta do my duty like a good little drone. Let me, oh, I heard that name on the TV, click, ha ha ha, I voted, I got the sticker, yeah. Like those people, you know, bless their heart, right? Like, you know, like they're just trying their best to get through this world. But like I'm talking about like the people that like pretend to know what they're talking about, like these people that like, oh, oil's the goddamn greatest thing in the world, and yeah, like those kind of people. I remember the first time I kind of realized how stupid people from Canada could be, as an American, was when I was doing a live stream. I was playing LSD Dream Emulator on PlayStation, and that game's like a 5-hour long like speed run for it. So I was doing a live stream, and some Canadian came in, and they just wanted to decide to talk about politics. I forget the exact context, and from what I understood, it boiled down to like they don't like gay kids being like they don't like kids being taught that gay people exists for the safety and for the assistance of potential gay kids, and they thought that that was terrible. And I asked them, like, well, what are your, you know, why do you think that's so bad? Why is that so offensive? And then they said the only reason that they think it's bad is because the same politician who advocates for LGBT studies in schools advocates to reduce oil emissions. So, okay, that must mean that if we teach children that gay people exist in society, that the logical next step is that my truck gets repossessed, and then I can't drive my pickup to the fucking market. Like I literally, and this was like a 30 or 40 minute conversation I had with this guy, and it was like, what the flying fuck? Like, and I kept saying, like, those two things are completely separate issues. You can support gay rights without fearing that someone's gonna steal your truck or something. Like, it's bizarre. But this guy was so fucking like obsessed with his goddamn right to like drive around in a terribly fucking like not, you know, efficient truck whatsoever. But it's my truck. My truck gets 6 miles on the gallon. Goddamn. Go my truck on the gay kids. Goddamn school man. Goddamn. You know, it's like, what? Like, and I, like, again, these people exist, and I swear to God, this guy pretended to know what they were talking about. You know, they were, like, they do this whole thing, so I'm not the smartest in the world, but I know this, and it's like, no, you don't know anything, you're just a fucking idiot. And I guess the point of this is that Canadians are stupid, and I like to check up on Canada, because it makes me feel a little bit better by proxy. Okay, this video's over.